Welcome to We Need to Talk with Harry and Sade.
Ooh, yeah. Time to let the real soak in. Yeah, we need to talk. We need to talk.
All right. We here. We back. Episode what?
Three
in the building.
Yes,
man.
we are so excited about this episode. But first, we need to let you know, of course, if you're new here, this is We Need to Talk with
Harry and Sade.
Yes. All right.
In the building, y'all. Y'all heard the intro.
Yes.
This is what we're here to do, man. Hey, sit back, take a seat.
Yes.
Because we need to talk.
Come on, all right.
Come on.
All right. Again, this is episode 3, guys. Very, very important, interesting, and amazing topic that we're about to cover.
Absolutely.
What is it, babe?
It's about intimacy, or
let's talk about sex, baby. Let's talk about you and me. Let's talk about all the good things, all the bad things. That's what we're here to do tonight, guys.
Let's talk about
sex. Let's talk about sex. All right.
And we're here to talk about the good, the bad, the confused.
Yes.
I mean, it's
a broad topic. Hopefully we can touch all the topics tonight, and I'm pretty sure we can.
We can.
Because I'm pretty sure in 20 years, me and you have been through each and every topic that you may be confused or have questions about.
Absolutely. And look, like we said, we are talking about pillars, right? Because of what helps build not a perfect relationship, but a healthy relationship. Okay. And in our previous 2 episodes, we kind of touched on trust.
Yeah.
And I think that intimacy is another form of a connection that is crucial to one of the pillars to building a healthy relationship.
Yes.
Because it comes with a lot of different angles. I'm not talking, like I said, the good. I'm talking about also the bad.
Right. And we got to get through it.
We're going to jump into that as well, too. So again, take a seat back, right?
Yes.
Get a drink, get your water. Thank you.
We only have water tonight, guys, unfortunately.
Man,
we've had way too many drinks this Memorial Day weekend. So.
Man, way too many drinks. So we chilling tonight. You know what I'm saying? But overall, take a seat back. Let's talk. Let's have a conversation about intimacy. Oh man. Tell me about it, right?
All right.
So overall, right?
Yes.
When it comes to intimacy, like it's a topic that's always out there, right?
Yes.
And overall, when it comes to having a great connection and a great bond, like intimacy really brings out the strength in a relationship.
It can,
you believe that?
It does. Not it can. It does. It really does. It really will test you to see where you're at, right?
Yeah.
I think that's really, really important. Yeah. For sure. Mm-hmm.
So when we dive into these questions right now, we're going to go into our top 5 questions that we feel that that's out there when it comes to intimacy that kind of couples are really asking.
Yeah.
And when we go over these 5 questions, we're going to break it down with also tied into our experiences as well. So we're not asking questions just to keep us out of it. Like I said, this podcast is to kind of illustrate our situations
and how we got through it.
We were able to get through it based on the topic that we're going over. So
yes, let's dive in, babe.
We got number 1. What is it, babe?
All right. This is a question every long-term couple is quietly asking. And this is going to be from us for 20 years. And this is not a theory.
Nope.
What actually keeps us connected through our job changes, pregnancies, raising our teenagers, our kids, and the hard seasons, right? And so the overall question is, how do you keep intimacy alive after years of marriage, kids, and life getting in the way?
Man, look, in order to keep intimacy alive, it comes in stages.
Yeah.
It comes with principles and boundaries, right? And making sure that not only from one person, but from both sides, you guys understand where you guys are at in your relationship. Because sometimes those hard life situations gets in the way.
Yeah.
But I believe that when you take time to talk with your significant other, that's intimacy.
Right.
I think coming behind your love of your life, and while she's cooking dinner or he's cooking dinner,
yeah,
and kind of holding them and even speaking the words of appreciation, like I
Right.
appreciate you today. That's intimacy.
That's intimacy, yes.
Right. And sometimes I just skipped over a lot where we don't realize that we're not utilizing the right tools and understanding to be able to grow in that area, because you should be able to grow in that area of intimacy. It shouldn't just be one standard.
Yeah, yeah. So how would you say, like, or what would you say we didn't do in year 5 that we're doing now at year 20?
Man,
that's like what, a 15-year difference?
Yeah, it is 15-year difference.
What would you say?
I think what we're doing now compared to our first 5 years is that we understand how we appreciate each other and our bodies, right?
Yes.
And we don't let one-sided be the scenario all the time, because it's not healthy to think that it's only when you want it, it's only when I want it, because that really doesn't get you nowhere. And I think that we came across those moments, right, where Sade right here, she told me, babe, it's always when you want it. You know what I'm saying?
I've said that before, yeah.
She said that to me, you know, and I had to kind of check myself, like, what you mean? But realizing that, you know what, you're right, like, we should be able to do more than just when I want it, right? We should be able to talk, communicate. We should be able to do other things that create that connection outside of just being the bedroom, right?
Yeah, beyond the bedroom walls. I always like to say, I think a lot of misconception is intimacy is just sex, right?
Yeah.
But no, like you said, intimacy is it's the touching, it's the love, and the love connection with touching. Sorry. Just words of affirmations to each other, right?
Absolutely.
I mean, rubbing feet in the bed, like, I don't know, just cuddling, watching a movie. Those are moments of intimacy. Leaving love notes, moments of intimacy. Putting gas in the car, intimacy, right?
Right.
And the ladies would know what I'm talking about. Babe, I got that load of laundry. There are so many ways you could show your intimacy to a woman, and the woman could show it to a man besides just being sexually
correct. And I think that intimacy, when you think about it in that sense, it also creates a great strength and value in appreciation.
Yeah.
Right. Because you learn to appreciate your partner way more outside of what intimacy is.
Exactly.
But then every time you could connect, it's even stronger.
For sure.
Man, I love that. All right. So I'm going to hop into number 2, right? And of course, mismatched desires is one of the most common intimacy struggles in marriage, and one of the least talked about. So what do you do when one partner wants intimacy more than the other?
Again, like you said, for us and our marriage, at one point I told my husband, why does it seem like we are always doing it when you want to do it? And that wasn't always the case. I think as women, we can get emotional about things and we start to feel that way. And that doesn't necessarily mean that that's what the man is intentionally meaning to do. Again, where the biggest thing that we could have ever did was communicate, right?
Yeah,
if I would have held that to myself and just carried that, he would never know. Yeah. So I think the biggest thing for me to have ever done in those moments were to say how that made me feel.
Correct.
And not only just saying how it made me feel, but him actually, my favorite word, being intentional and listening and applying what I said and saying, okay, let's make some changes. You know, because at one point my husband was like, I don't want to feel like I'm pushing myself on you. Like, if you don't want it, that's uncomfortable, you know? So
that's one of those situations where, as far as from a man's perspective, okay, got bubbling on my mouth. Too many drinks, y'all. If you're not having that type of thought process, because you could tell, fellas, don't act like you don't or can't feel like if your lady was either into it, feeling it, right? You kind of like the after, you're like, dang, because I don't have those moments. I felt like, man, like, did I just push myself onto my wife, right?
Yeah.
Like, because I don't know, it's one of those feelings that you can really know, but it doesn't start just right away, right? It comes with that connection that you build over time. And really owning into that, right? And say, yep, got it in. I'm going to bed, right? Like, you can really feel that when you guys build that connection and start to learn and understand. And that's where it really kicks in for you to be able to really reach that potential in your relationship and grow.
And this again from a woman's perspective of that, like you say, you could just feel it, right? There's no connection there. You're like, okay, well, I'm just doing this because this is what my husband wants right now, right?
Correct.
And again, like, you just really have to be willing to even be honest with yourself. You know, someone might say, oh, it's not that bad. This is just what we do. No, that's not what we do.
Yeah.
You know, again, you want to build that healthy connection to where you guys are communicating, because that is going to be the biggest thing, because that can grow into something just not fun. I don't know what word I'm looking for, but that could just grow into something so unhealthy.
Correct.
To where now you're feeling so obligated to give your man sex when you're not in the mood. You don't want to be bothered, you know? And so I think, like, again, those are the moments. If I felt like, hey, babe, not tonight, or like, he respected those boundaries, which is what we were saying earlier.
Yeah.
Boundaries come with intimacy, and respectful boundaries, you know, are needed. So, yeah.
All right, so let's hop into number 3. What we got?
All right, babe.
Third question.
So now we're going to get into the physical changes, right? That comes with age, health. These things aren't optional, guys. You're going to age.
Damn.
Something more than likely, you could be the healthiest person, but something health-wise can most definitely happen. And how we respond to them, right? So we're talking about erectile dysfunction, ED, premenopause, medications. These all can affect intimacy directly.
Yeah.
So let's start with you. What we've been there.
Yeah.
We've been through each and every one of the 3 that I just listed. So let's start with you.
Well, there are situations where individually you kind of are in a place where you gotta either speak to your partner, or it's kind of hard to even figure it out on your own. I mean, you can't do this by ourselves, fellas. You can't do it by yourself. You know, I experienced health situations that I didn't know that was even there.
Yeah,
I wasn't even aware of it because I wasn't really taking that moment to check on myself or to see what's going on.
Well, because it happened suddenly too.
It happened.
It just happened. Just suddenly, right?
Correct.
So if you're not checking, if it ain't broke, don't fix it, kind of thing, right?
And a lot of men don't know it. When it happens for the first time, that's not going to be the first question that comes to your mind.
Right.
I'm wondering if I'm dealing with erectile dysfunction.
Right.
ED for short. All right. So it comes to a point in your life where you can't keep making excuses and really look into it, because if your health is very important, if the health is an issue, that at least helps the communication start.
Yes.
And you're letting your lady know, and you guys could be on the same page. And trust me, it's not going to be like that forever. Okay.
Right.
But it's a start to making sure you get to a healthy place to where you're able to continue to have that connection as you guys grow.
Yeah. Most definitely that was a very, I wouldn't say a dark time for me and you. It was, like you said, it was more of a confusing time because it suddenly happened, and it had happened several times. I think at one point we thought it was because of a dental procedure that he had due to the medications they had given him. But then it happened maybe like a few more times after that. We finally figured out that the health issue was very, very high blood pressure that you had been dealing with for years.
Yeah.
Like there were warning signs, guys. That's the thing. When our body is talking to us, please listen. You know, for my husband's case, his body was his eyes. He always used to get these really bad pain in his eyes to the point like it would not go away unless he just went to sleep.
I closed my eyes.
Yeah.
That was the struggle itself.
Right. At one point we thought it was because my husband was, chiefing a little bit.
On that green, okay, in between.
You know what I'm saying? And so there were so many things. And then one day we went to the doctor and they were like, no, this is directly related to your high blood pressure. And so once we got that corrected, we were good to go. But it's just important to listen to your body. And, these things were happening to us. And it made me feel as a woman going through that, like when we first experienced it was Is my husband not interested in me? Did I do something?
Yep.
What's going on?
Yep.
Is he cheating on me? So do not go through that, women, or my ladies. Like, don't go through that. And men, don't be ashamed to, go get it checked out. I mean, so yeah.
It's a mental effect that could change, 360 change.
Yeah.
In how you guys handle your day by day, your night by night, even in the moment, right? It was always a question for me, right?
Yeah.
So overall, take time, right?
Yeah.
Take time to listen, take time to communicate. And fellas, get checked.
Get checked.
Ladies, get checked.
And then, I mean, coming over to my end, like I said, we went through all three of these menopause. Mm-hmm. For me, that was, again, confusing.
It was.
Most definitely, I think at one point I did. I think menopause is one of those things first of all, menopause is like it's a silent Debbie Downer. You don't even know you're even in it.
Fellas, listen. Come on.
Those hormones will have a woman raging. Like women we depend on our hormones.
Sure do.
And I would never forget, it started with everybody who knows me knows I have the most prettiest, thickest hair, and it started to shed like crazy. And then here came the fatigue. I didn't want to do nothing. I didn't want to work out like I used to. Weight gain, what in the actual F was going on, I don't know, but I just was like, this is not normal. No matter how much I diet, no matter how much I exercise, I could not get rid of my postpartum or my I call it the pregnant belly. Yep. You just couldn't get rid of it, right? And my husband was working with me. We're doing everything, and then finally, I got all my hormones checked, and that was only due to me being irregular with my cycle. And that's when I found out that I was premenopausal.
Yeah.
And I think that day I found out was kind of like sad for me. That was like really a sad moment. Yeah. I think I went in itself just being told, you cannot have no more babies. Your body cannot have no more babies. But also finding out what was wrong with me, right? Yeah. Like I had an answer to a situation now. It wasn't confusion. It wasn't, what is going on, because I really thought something was wrong with me. I knew I was not the same. I did not want to be sexually active with my husband. I did not want him touching me. I was so enraged. Yeah. That's why I said it's a very, premenopause is a silent Debbie Downer, because you can be in it and don't even know.
Yeah.
For years. And you're like, why am I just up and down, up and down? So
it's a roller coaster, fellas.
For sure.
So if you are listening to this podcast and you're like, man, I really want to understand my lady. I mean,
yeah.
This is where it starts. Take time.
My husband went to every doctor's appointment with me, and I went to every doctor's appointment with him, because we want to be, we want to be intentional with those moments to understand, not just me coming home and saying, oh, the doctor said X, Y, and Z, and him coming home and saying, oh, well, they said X, Y. Like, no, we're there. We're in the moment. We're really trying to connect. And that, again, that's even a form of intimacy to me, because my health is important to you and yours is to me, right?
Yeah. Correct. About that love in that life, man. I'm trying to build that up.
Yes.
So I'm gonna hit up number 4, all right? Which, of course, every couple hits a season where intimacy fades, right?
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes it's weeks, sometimes it's months.
Yes.
Okay? So how do you get the intimacy back after a long dry spell?
Okay.
Whether from stress, health, or just life?
I think you take baby steps. I think in those moments where we had our dry spells, whether that was me I guess, for example, I can give you guys my last pregnancy with baby Jackson. I went through postpartum depression, and that was a dry spell for us. Yeah. I mean, me and my husband are very intimate in many different ways. And so when things change, we know that ain't right. And so when I went through that with baby Jackson, that was a dry season for me. And, the way we just overcame that, again, was getting checked out, figuring out what's going on, and just kind of like praying together, right? And finding other ways to show our intimacy with one another, Yeah.
It never goes away, okay? It's always going to be there, right? Mm-hmm. But when that dry spell does happen, listen, fellas, take time to understand and learn. Okay, we are learning here.
Yeah,
we're always learning. We've been learning since we was conceived as little tiny little nuggets, right?
Nice.
So we're always learning. So relationship is about learning, and when that happens, fellas, take time to learn.
Yeah.
Because those moments can create a chaos that you don't really
Right.
deserve. Your partner doesn't really deserve, and it creates a question. So even if time goes by and everything goes back to normal,
Right.
you sometimes find yourself in arguments, and then you realize, like, hey, you wasn't here for me for this part of my life,
Yeah.
right? And that's a devastating blow. And how you handle that, it depends on how you guys grown in that part of your life to be able to
Right.
communicate from learning. All right.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, that's awesome answer, babe. But and I want, because I know you're like fellas, but you know, ladies, you have to be able to connect with your man sometimes too, because this can absolutely be reverse roles too. You know, I feel like that is a perception that people feel like it's always the man that wanted more than a woman. Yes, theoretically, I can never say it. Theoretically, yes, that is normally the case. But some cases, you do have women like they want it all the time too, and some men are just like, I'm just not in the mood right now. So I think we need to recognize that the fellas go through a lot of these things too, and that men actually have their own little storm in menopause as well, which is that ED. That's y'all menopause.
Hey, I'm always just trying to stay on the good side now. All right.
All right. Let's jump into this last question, babe.
All right.
The communication around intimacy. This is harder than the problem itself because it's uncomfortable, right?
Yeah.
All right. How do we bring it up? What words do we use? Okay. How do you talk to your partner about intimacy problems without making them feel like something is wrong with them? Like, how did we get through that?
We got through it by sharing our emotion, sharing our feelings, and acknowledging each other in a sense that allow us to really feel the impact of wanting to get better, knowing that we are going to get better.
Yeah.
And we're going to get through it together. Right?
Yeah.
This is a 1-2 combo, right? The words are what we're looking for are like, hey, we're gonna be okay.
Yes.
You know what? We got the answer, so let's work through it.
Yeah.
Right? Let's make sure that we are taking each step needed. Right? I think those are the indication of teamwork right there. Like to be needed, to know that you're being somebody has your back, and not treating the situation where it goes to the whole left side of the field, right? And the whole situation that doesn't make sense.
Right.
It's knowing and understanding that part of it. And that I feel really helps us out a lot.
Yeah. I would never forget a moment. I don't know what had happened, what was what, but like you said, I remember like we made love and when we wrapped it up, I'm trying to keep it clean, but when we got done, you laid there and you were like, what's wrong? And in that moment, I felt like I could not, right? Like I feel like I couldn't talk to you about it because I didn't want my husband to feel some type of way. I didn't want him to feel like anything, right? I didn't know at that moment what I didn't want him to feel like. It was just very uncomfortable for me to tell my husband, I didn't feel like making love, but I just did it for you.
Yeah.
But I guess the best thing to do is, and that moment for me was to rip off the Band-Aid, right?
Rip it right off.
And just really communicate that to him on how I felt in that moment.
Yep.
I think the worst thing you can do is get into arguments and wait and then lay it on that person all at once. Well, and you and we all because it's like, where's all this coming from, right? So
We've been there. We got arguments.
Yeah.
Okay, we're not gonna say that don't get arguments because we went through it. That's what we're saying. Don't get an argument.
Yeah.
We've been through it.
Right.
And we're like, man, when we look back at it, we're like, that's crazy because
we could have just talked it out.
It was a moment that was dark. It was a moment that it was not liking each other, resenting, like, well, like why?
Why?
Like, it's a bad place, and it's hard to get out of it if you keep sinking into it more and more and more with the negative part of it, with the attitude, with the word, with the arguments. Right. So you gotta pick wisely. What do you want for your marriage? Yeah. What do you want for that situation? We want every situation that is bad to actually be able to be a tool to navigate through, learn from it, and grow.
Yeah. And again, like I said, since I can finish my whole story now for the people, good gosh, Harry.
I'm jumping in.
God, deep dive. But anyway, y'all, back to what I was saying, just so you guys can get a full picture, is in that moment, I expressed myself. And I remember my husband said these words to me. He says, "You are important to me. I don't ever want you to feel like that again. Your feelings matter to me." And I remember you said that to me. And in that moment, I knew like, I can really tell you things without you being offended. And that is the best relationship, is when you can tell your man or your woman something and they do not get offended or try to validate why they did it or not be accountable. My husband was accountable and he apologized. And yeah, I mean, that's where the healthy begin, right?
Where it begins, y'all. Yeah. Right. So overall, for those top 5 questions, again, we are here to help build healthy relationships. And going over those questions, we hope that each one of them was able to kind of guide your situation that you're going through. But if there's any other questions you want to ask, go ahead and drop a comment. You know what I mean? We'll be glad to help answer it and be able to give you our light on it. And if it lines, especially with our situation, what we're going through. So sure. Again, get checked out, fellas. ED, blood pressure.
Menopause.
Females get checked out, premenopause. Look out for those signs.
Yes. It's real. It's real, guys.
It's real. So we're going to jump in to our next segment. You ready?
Yes, I'm ready, babe.
All right, man. Let's rock and roll.
All right, guys. So for our next segment, this is the real talk.
Real talk time.
Yes.
Right?
All right, babe. When did you first notice something was different, and what did that moment feel like to you?
I noticed that something was different again when I had that dental procedure. I came home from being under the anesthesia.
Yeah.
Because, I hate going to the dentist. And I told him in the situation for my certain extraction, I had to be put to sleep.
Mm-hmm.
And when it happened, it was a moment of, okay, well, maybe it's because of this.
Yeah.
Right? So I took that situation and kind of just put it to the side, and you quickly agreed, like, okay, maybe it is that because, I didn't know no better.
Yeah.
But then it happened again.
Yeah.
Well, I'm like, okay, well, I know it can't be from that being in my system for that long, right? So that's when the question started to kind of creep in, and it was like, what's going on? And I didn't really know how to take it.
Yeah, for sure. I feel like for me, again, obviously, you notice, ladies, it's down, but I knew something was wrong because, again, we never had that problem before. And we were like younger. This was several years back.
Several years back.
Like in mid-30s. Early to mid. Yeah. Right. So I knew something was wrong and we just had to figure it out for sure. Yeah.
We just had to try to find a way.
Yeah. Right? Obviously, the moment for both of us was very confusing. Now, on my end, like I said, I most definitely knew once my cycle was skipping.
We talk about the premenopause, right?
Yes, sorry.
Talking about premenopause. When she went through premenopause, how she felt.
Yeah. When my cycle started, I would literally have a cycle, a normal 4 days like I normally do. And then, bam, 2 weeks later, I'm back on it. And I was like, okay. Like he said, maybe it's just something just like I'm under stress because I had just gotten a car accident. Because this actually, my car accident kind of threw me into menopause because it was just, I had so much stress going on.
A lot of stress.
But yeah, it was the same as you. Like maybe this is just a one-time thing, but then it kept happening. And that's when I knew what's going on. Oh, and then by the way, I started having hot flashes. I would never forget the moment I had my first hot flash. I could not cool down. And I said, oh, hell no. I've watched my mom have those for too long. I know what that means. And I'm like, but I was not associating with it because my mom had a voluntary hysterectomy. I haven't had none of that. And I'm like, what's going on? So yeah, that's how I found out I was in menopause.
That's crazy, right?
Yeah.
It's one of it's the moments that it really creates a thought process that is lonely.
It is very lonely.
It's very lonely. Yeah. And you has to find a way to communicate well, in those moments. If
For
you can,
sure.
catch it if you can. If not, yeah, you're gonna go through a little bit of roller coaster.
Yeah.
It's just gonna happen if you don't catch it in time. It's
Listen to your body, like I said
your body,
earlier.
right?
What was going through your mind? Like, were you scared, embarrassed? Obviously, we answered that we were scared and confused, but did this embarrass you? I guess that's the biggest question.
Yes, my ED embarrassed me a lot.
What man wouldn't be, right?
Right, yeah. What man wouldn't be? You're like the heat of the moment, and it's like been 100%.
Right.
KO, Mayweather, knockout, no problem. We are 100-0, 1,000-0. We ain't lost a battle.
Right.
We are on the grind, like, bro, greatest of all time. And then, what? It's just, what? Like, what's going on? So I was extremely embarrassed.
Yeah.
I was like, this is not happening. Because then it started getting into a conversation with you. Hearing that from the first time, you saying, like, what's going on? Like, are you not into me?
Yes.
And it's like, I am. But as fellas, we can't explain it. It's just so hard to explain. And it's like, no, I am. But it's like, come on, like, who wouldn't be ready for that moment? And when that happens, it's very embarrassing.
Yeah, yeah. What was the loudest thought you would say for yourself?
Why? Like,
why?
Literally, like, why?
Yeah.
I used to be like, just sitting and just wondering and thinking like here you are, you went to sleep and I'm questioning like my whole life. Like, is it over now? Is this never gonna be? Is this always gonna be like this? Like, tomorrow is gonna work? It's gonna work in 2 days from now?
And, and even the doctor told you that it started to become psychological.
Yeah. And it really did, because I couldn't know. I didn't know. And it's like every moment leading up to that magical connection that you get to have as a couple, it was always a question in my mind: is it gonna die again? You know what I mean? Is it gonna even come alive? Right?
Oh my God!
It was so hard. It was so tough. Yeah. You know.
From my perspective with the menopause, I wouldn't say I was scared and confused, but for me, I was not embarrassed. I just felt crazy. Mm-hmm. That is the best way I can describe it, because one moment I'm like, I love you. And the next moment I'm like, get the fuck away from me. Right. Like, I'm like, don't touch me, and I'm just like enraged. And my babe's like, what did I do? I mean, there were moments I would just be upset, like, get away from me. Like, I would just give him the death stare. Like, if looks can kill, my husband would be 7 feet under.
You guys are looking on YouTube. You can see my reaction right now. And I'm just like, that was very dreadful.
But that, I would say that's the hardest part as a woman, because like I said, before I even found out what was wrong with me, I'm just thinking maybe I'm just under a lot of pressure. Again, I just got in a car accident. I have to go through physical therapy. I had a lot of things going on. And lo and behold, like I said, it was just hormonal. It was menopause. And a lot of men don't understand. You didn't understand.
I didn't understand it. You were going through it, and I'm just like, hey, I'm ready.
You thought I didn't want you at one point.
I'm like, yo, I'm ready. And it was like those points where we're like, hey, like, okay. And then it's uncomfortable. And then now you have a conversation how it felt uncomfortable. And it was one of those things like, well, dang, what am I doing wrong?
And myself? Yes, that was the biggest thing is with menopause. Again, it's hormonal. It can mess up a lot of things. One of the symptoms is dryness, vaginal, it naturally does not. And so that was one of the issues that we were having, is like, I'm like, this doesn't feel right. It's painful. Like, that's something he had to deal with as a man. Like, what am I doing? Me, like, my body's not working. My body used to work. And that's the connection. That's the beautiful connection that men and women have, is his body didn't work at one point. My body didn't work at one point. But we found a happy ending, like getting the right medications. I'm on estrogen and progesterone. I have to be on that to give my body what it needs. And I am so happy to say, like, for the last 2 years or so? I want to say in that first year, like the first 6 months, I didn't know what was going on, right? And then so once I got on my hormones and I got my body, like, we are good. Once he got on his 100%. Blood pressure medicine, we were good. And that's, guys, a simple fix. Can you imagine something that simple, not getting it fixed with your partner, now no communication, trying to go with that through yourself, and now you guys are divorced or broken up if you're just, dating. Can you imagine something like going through it together? You could have just figured that out and still be happy. Like,
still be happy.
It was just a simple fix, right? Yes, it's hurtful, it's embarrassing, it's confusing, but ultimately it was a simple fix.
Simple fix.
Yeah.
Man. And you find yourself attacking each other for no reason.
Yeah.
And it'll go
going down rabbit holes, intrusive thoughts.
Yeah. You guys don't belong. Come on. We are healthy relationship builders.
Right.
You don't deserve that in a relationship. And if you're able to catch this, listen to it, if you're able to share your experience with somebody else as close as well too, do so. Because there's so many couples that need to understand this. Because we didn't understand it, and I only wish I knew.
That was the beauty of us discovering it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Which was one of our questions. How did discovering these changes within ourselves, how did it help us? And we just explained that to you guys. That's how it helped.
It helped a lot.
What do you wish someone had told you when you were going through it? I mean, I don't know. Obviously, I don't think you've ever met nobody that went. Well, you wouldn't know because you didn't really talk to nobody yet.
But I wish somebody would have just would have gave me like a list, like a breakdown, right? Well, like, what are you experiencing right now? Well, I got a headache. Like, I think you might have blood pressure. You should go get checked out. I wish somebody would have told me those words.
Yeah,
you should get
checked out.
I mean, well, my wife told me those words all the time.
Indeed.
All right.
Indeed.
So, I'm hard-headed.
Not because he was having the issue, because he wasn't even having that. Let's keep it mindful. My husband was not having any of these issues. These were like long before issues with him just having eye pressure. I still didn't know that was even related to his blood pressure. It wasn't until he had a nosebleed, guys. He literally bled profusely, like
2 hours.
2 hours straight, just bleeding. And I was like, if your ass don't stop bleeding in the next 30 minutes, we are going straight to the ER. And that's how we discovered when he told his primary, I went to urgent care for this, and the doctor was like, well, that's why that was happening. Yeah.
Oh, wow, man.
But had he listened to his wife, who was out of nursing school at the time, who had been telling him to get checked, I think even before nursing, when I finished, I was like, babe, you need to go get checked. I'm fine. I just need to sleep it off. I'm fine. I just need to sleep it off. Had he went, y'all, he probably wouldn't have went through that.
Get your body checked, fellas.
Listen to your partner when they tell you something. I don't care if you're man telling a woman telling a man, listen to your partner. If they're telling you for a reason. Don't be stubborn. Get checked out.
Get checked out, guys.
Yeah, so we talked about how do we support each other. Would you agree?
Jump to the next segment.
Yeah.
All right, so we're finna go ahead and jump into our next segment. And you already know that it's one of those, what do you want to call it? A little bit more into the health situation.
Yeah.
Of it. You know what I mean?
What nobody tells you?
What nobody tells you. I think that it's very important to kind of go through these moments and get the answer that you need. So let's jump into it.
All right, babe. Take the wheel.
All right. So obviously, we know that for me and my erectile dysfunction, ED, discovering it, that was high blood pressure that was causing it, right?
Yes. Yeah.
So how did a high blood pressure connection with my ED, how it went undiagnosed, and what getting it checked changed?
Well, number one, how it went undiagnosed because it came off as just eye pressure.
I don't know what's going on.
I just need to get sleep. I'm tired. I mean, y'all, we had babies, so
you feel normal, fellas. When you're young and you're getting older, like, you don't realize that you're getting older until you're old, right?
Yeah.
So all the time we're like, man, I'm good, right? You fall, brush it off. Hit your knee, get up, right?
Yeah.
So we ignore a lot of signs because we're like, man, I'm so good. I'm strong.
Especially men. You guys are so stubborn. My husband is stubborn.
Big time. I ain't gonna lie.
Stubborn.
I ain't gonna lie about that. But then once I found out was the high blood pressure,
yes,
was part of it. Okay, because that was only part of it. Because it's psychological,
You have to fix that. Yeah.
There's a lot of things involved into it, but that's one of the main reasons why that enhances that experience with the ED, right?
Well, because that's something that's traumatizing.
Yeah, it is.
Right? You're like, please don't, please. Yeah. And then it does it. Yeah. It becomes,
be on proper medication to help with that. Really did change.
Meditating. You did a lot of meditating. Exercise.
And losing weight. Those are very key essential parts to being able to maintain not dealing with it as frequently, because it still continued. It was something that just naturally just went away within the next week or day or two. Like, it happened at time, right?
Yeah, not frequent. Well,
not frequently, but
it was happening frequently. Well, no, I wouldn't even say it was happening frequently. I think that was the scary part, is that it wasn't even happening at a rate of like, damn. It was like, it would just come, whatever.
Whenever it felt like it. And you'd just be sitting there and you'd be like, damn, not again.
Yeah.
You know, but yeah, obviously we work through it.
Okay, babe, for you, the message to every man. What, like, obviously you've said this. What would be your main message though from your issue, your takeaway?
Get checked out, fellas. Please get your hormones checked.
Men too. Yes.
Frequently. When I say frequently, I'm not talking about every other week. I mean, every 6 months is very decent.
Yeah.
Right?
For sure. But or your yearly checkup.
Once a year.
Yeah.
At the most, at least once a year, just to make sure you're good. Because outside of ED, there's, a lot of things in our men's bodies, right? Because for Black men, unfortunately, we are very highly anticipated on getting or being diagnosed with high blood pressure.
Yeah.
And it's hard for us to avoid. And high blood pressure is the silent killer.
Yeah.
So it's very important that you are checking in with your body at least once a year, and then of course, if after that checkup, if you're experiencing anything that is not normal, right?
Yeah.
Headaches, fatigue, dizziness, certain things. I mean, obviously,
eye pain.
That should make anybody go to the doctor. So, but don't play Mr. Macho. All right.
Yeah.
Get up. Go get checked out. It's important.
Yeah. All right, babe. Hit up number 3 for us.
All right. So for number 3, we have for you, babe, premenopause for women.
Yeah.
What it does to desire, mood, and intimacy, and why it's not talked about enough. And we touched about that a little bit. But is any more that you could add to
I would say going into why it's not talked about, and again, going into why a lot of breakups, divorces have happened because of that.
Yeah.
It's because it's not talked about. Again, I say it's the silent Debbie Downer. And if your marriage can't withhold it, it could have took us out if it wanted to. It really could have. I'm not going to even lie. It's not talked about because it's just not in the public enough. I would say more so now than ever, menopause is being talked about for the first time at the rate it's being talked about. And now more women are becoming aware, like myself. Yep. And I put it out there to other women. Anytime I get a chance and a friend or a family is like, I've been feeling this, oh girl, go get your hormones checked. You may be going through, really? Yes. Because again, women don't think that they are going through something. They think, oh, I'm too young to go through that. That's the same thing I told myself. I'm too young to go through that. And you damn right you is. That's why you better get these hormones, because there's so osteoporosis, blood pressure issues, cancers. You get your estrogens skyrocketing, cervical cancers. There's so much things related, and I feel like it's not talked about enough. And I feel like if more men knew and understood it, they would work with their wives. They would understand their wives to get her fixed, to help her get herself in a better place, because it is very depressing for us, man. It's not fun to go through. It's something that we cannot control. This is something that our body is naturally transitioning through that we cannot control. When it happens, it happens.
Yeah.
And so I think the best and most important thing Harry could have ever done was take time to understand it, read about it with me. Really, really go to all my appointments with me and understand it, and just really hold my hand through this. Like you said, we're going to be okay, babe. It was a we issue. It wasn't a me issue. So, yeah.
Powerful right there. All right. So let's go ahead and jump into another part
Okay.
Question that I feel that could help, which is, what did this season teach you about intimacy that being physically connected never could?
Again, we learned so many forms of intimacy because menopause is one of those things. It can make sex feel very uncomfortable. It can make you feel just like it really can. And I think for me and you, we learned things like take a walk in the park, right?
Yeah.
Just hold each other, just really just have a glass of wine on the couch in our bed and just lay together.
Yeah.
You know, there's been moments where we just lay together completely naked and not even do nothing. We're just spooning all night, watch a good movie. That's how we fall asleep. And
Tough.
you know, so
Very hard. But
it happens.
It happens. You can do it. It's possible, and it does help. I ain't gonna lie. Shoot.
You're so crazy, babe. But yeah, those are moments we just really learned reading the Bible. Like some things may sound cliche, but no, guys. Like if you really learn to look beyond the bed, beyond bedroom walls, beyond that, you can have sexual connection, sexual feelings. You can orgasm over literally just kissing and touching,
Man,
you know, dancing to like one of the things that me and my husband love to do. I am a 90s girl. I'm a 90s baby. My mom played it around me. My dad played it around me. I will throw on some of my 90s music and me and my husband will dance the night away with some wine. And I mean, it's the best time. I love dancing with my husband.
Man, you hit it. Hey, look.
By ourselves in our living room, chilling, just thugging it out.
That's right. I love this woman. Oh, you know what I'm saying?
I love
We've been through so much. That's
we have
20
guys.
years. It didn't come by just skipping.
This is real, y'all. This is real. This is raw. Whether you like it or not, this is Harry and Sade.
We learn. All right, yo. Now, obviously, we're gonna be able to have any other real talk questions you would like to again submit it, man. Comment it in, message us, allow us to be able to read it, and we can answer it and help you guys get through that and build that healthy relationship.
Okay.
All right. So, you already know what time it is.
Yes.
It's time for the hot seat. We're gonna jump into that next segment. You ready?
In here.
Oh yeah. Let's get ready. All right, hot seat time.
It's and again, hot in here.
Too hot. We are gonna be reading off 5 questions. This is gonna be simple and fast responses.
Okay.
No detail into it, or the detail will be at a very, very minimal. Because we want to get these questions out fast, answer fast, and just be like,
no thoughts.
No thoughts.
Okay.
We're going in, we're going out. All right?
All right.
So I'm going to start by asking Sade a question, and then she's going to ask me a question. So for your first question, Sade, what's the single biggest thing that affects your desire?
Okay.
Stress, kids, energy, or something else? No softening it.
Stress.
Yeah. I believe that. Stress could take you out, bro.
Yes.
Stress kids. I think kids and add to the stress. If you have kids. So I think those should be combined. It should be called kid stress. You know what I'm saying?
Don't forget finances sometimes.
And
if you're ever going through them finances.
Called fine kid stress. And I don't know what you want to call it. Something. All right. Number 2. Has there been a season in our marriage where you felt most disconnected from me intimately? What caused it?
Oh yeah, twice. Postpartum with Jackson and my menopause, for sure. Yeah. Completely disconnected. I'm talking about no electricity at all.
0, right? Work through it. Learn. All right, fellas?
Yes.
So, number 3, what do I do that makes you feel most desired? And am I still doing it?
I love when you tell us let's go on our morning walks. Yeah. You still do that to this day. We might miss some days. But I love when you do that. And one other thing. There is nothing better when I come home and there's like a little love note on the bed, or you just send a random text with a picture.
Random text with a picture. So don't be scared to take that selfie and send it to your lady now, man. Take a big cheese. All right. So next one. Okay. When I was going through my health issue, right? What did you need from me that wasn't able to give that I wasn't able to give you at that time?
When you were going through your health issue, what did I need from you? I think just understanding, but again, that's not even fair to say because you didn't even have an understanding. I don't think there was anything you could give me at that time because we didn't even have a real answer, right?
Well, I think came down to listening and actually getting in check.
Yeah.
I feel that.
Yeah. Yes.
Right?
Okay. Yes. See?
Boom.
Yeah.
Drop the mic. That's not a drop mic moment. I'm sorry.
Yeah, it really wasn't. But yes, that would be totally true. You're right, babe.
All right. And number 5, finish this question. All right. And the question is, if I bring it back up, I'm so sorry. All right. Our intimacy is strongest when?
Our intimacy is strongest when we're intimate.
The overall, okay? Not just the bedroom. Not just the bedroom. We can't be just telling all these things about the growing intimacy and just about the bedroom. It's about the overall intimacy.
It is about the overall intimacy, but I mean, yeah, love making is a strong connection.
Big time.
Why do you think there's some people that just crazy out here over that D?
They're crazy over it.
Okay, that was too much.
Ain't nothing you can do.
But you know, like yeah, I mean, that's overall yes, but that is the strongest connection.
Yeah.
Right? All the other what we're teaching our audience, babe, is yes, there are other ways when going through something, right? Yeah. You can't go beyond the bedroom, but don't get it twisted. You need that love. You need that intimate connection. Yeah. So don't get it twisted. There are other ways when we're going through some things.
Yeah.
Because things will happen and you're going to have to know and understand you can't get it tonight, but we could do this tonight. So I really want to emphasize the importance on that, guys.
Big time. Yeah. Let's run it. All right. Your 5 questions for me.
Let's go. All right. What was the hardest part going through ED? The physical side? Was it the physical side or what it did to your head?
I say
it's physical or psychological?
I think it's head.
Yeah, most definitely. I mean,
physically, there's nothing I can do.
Yeah.
Head-wise, there was a lot that I can do. And I think it was when it started messing my head, it really was bad.
Because now you were doing it to yourself more than it was doing it to yourself.
Exactly,
yeah. All right, did you ever consider not telling me? Or how close were you two just carrying it along? I don't think that was one thing. I don't think you could not tell me.
No, I don't think I was ever at a point where I was considering to not tell you.
You couldn't.
Or what I wanted to try to do it alone. But I think to kind of answer that question, I say that no, it wasn't. Just to be quick and simple. I think I could get into detail about it, but it's the hot seat. I can't.
But I don't think that's something you can hide, though. Like, we're in the moment and that's when it's happening, right?
You can hide it.
How?
By just constantly blaming it on something.
Okay. So you can hide behind something, not actually hide it.
No, hide behind.
Because I'm thinking that's something you can't hide. Y'all know what I mean.
Yeah.
But if you're talking about, yes, not being like, you're not, yes, I totally see that. You Absolutely. Can hide behind things. Okay. Gotcha.
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Did you, sorry. What was one thing I did during that season that you'll never forget?
Oh, man. You learn to understand.
Yeah.
I think when you learn to understand where I was coming from, getting checked out and knowing like, okay, we have a problem here and we're going to fix it together. I think that really helped a lot.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure. Rate our intimacy right now, 1 to 10. And what will make it a 10?
It's a 10 times 10. We'll make it a 10, not a 10 thing, all right? I want to say the other word, but not a 10 thing, all right? Everything that there's no way. It's impossible. It's always a 10.
Thank you, babe.
Yeah.
You're a 10 too.
I mean, brownie points. Took it away.
Okay, let's finish. Do you feel close to me? You feel the closest to me when?
When I get to hold you and talk to you.
Boy, stop lying.
What?
When he in these jeans.
Man, it doesn't start there. All right.
Just kidding. I'm kidding. Okay, I'm just kidding. Go ahead.
It does it.
Sorry, I ruined your moment.
It's a part of my plan. It's gonna work every time. Maybe not every time, but my plan is my plan.
Whatever. Okay. Now, what's one thing about our intimacy you've never said on record before? Come on, you're still in the hot seat.
I can't get enough. I want you all the time. Every damn moment.
You tell me that. So that's something you've never told me before, babe. You've always told me that.
Well, so glad it's the end of the show. Because it's going to get explicit if I tell you.
Oh my God. I guess I can't really answer that either. Like, what's one thing about our intimacy you've never said on record before? Nothing. I mean, we kind of lay things out pretty straightforward with each other.
Absolutely.
I don't think there's not too much me and Harry do not conversate about when it comes to our relationship. So I would say like we're very blessed in that area. Yeah, I think I pretty much told you everything.
Yeah, I believe that 100%.
Like at this point, right?
I ain't tripping.
Yeah.
I don't know if I should be tripping. I don't even know anymore.
Last question, babe. Who needs more reassurance in the intimate side of this relationship? Who needs more reassurance?
Man.
I would say we've had our bouts of moments with each other because there was times when I was going through menopause, I needed that reassurance, right?
I think you need reassurance.
Even like sometimes going through the with the weight gain and stuff, like I needed a lot of reinsurance.
I think you needed more of the reinsurance because your emotions are more attached to certain situations, right? Obviously, I could say me, but that's just me being selfish, right? Yeah. I need reassurance that you're gonna guarantee me 5 days a week. Like, not true, fellas. Come on. I think that it was you that needed more reinsurance, in my opinion.
Yeah.
And to hear that from me.
Very true. Guys, these were our most intimate moments we just wanted to share. This is something we have really never shared with anybody, not even our own family. So that, again, this is why we make these podcasts, because we have went through 20 years. We have experienced probably everything imaginable that normal couples go through and are afraid to even speak on this. I mean, for us, we are not embarrassed. We are us. We love each other. We are real. We're going to keep it 100. We go through stuff because everybody always asks us, how did y'all make 20 years? Well, here you go.
There you go.
Here's the ugly truth of 20 years, guys. It's not perfect. It's not pretty.
Of faith.
Yeah.
Following
It's praying
God.
together. It's crying together. It's really going through hard, dry seasons. And just being able to pick each other back up, hold hands, say, I love you. It's going to be okay. You're beautiful. We're going to lose this weight together. You know, we're going to get through this together. And you will go through those moments of needing reassurance. Are you cheating on me? Who doesn't say that?
Yeah.
Are you seeing someone else? Why are you not? You know what I'm saying? But the biggest take I want everybody to take away is that you don't get to 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30 years by everything being pretty and aesthetic.
All right. You don't. You know what I mean?
Ain't nothing aesthetic over here.
Battle scars over here.
Yeah,
sure.
yeah.
We was a Titanic, and we got sunk.
Yeah.
And then we had to get off that Titanic on a small little boat and survive.
Yeah, for
and make it through. And when we did, we learned and we grew from it.
And it's the most beautiful feeling to reach land from the sea.
From the sea. Get there, guys.
With your partner. But get there together. And until next time, thank you guys so much for joining us.
Remember, comment, share, like, listen to our podcast on your favorite station that you like to listen to the podcast platform.
Yeah.
Check us out. The link is in our bio. Click on the link and that will get you to everything. Our YouTube, our podcast channels. And you can just sign in from there. If you want to support the show, you can go support the show through that link. Anything questions again that you have, shoot it to us. We'll gladly love to answer and see what our perspective can help with that.
For sure.
All
Bye, guys.
So enjoy your night, man. See y'all later. All right.
Got that 20-year kind of truth right here. We need to talk about everything. So pull up a seat, let's get into it. We